Hey, Crawlspacers, welcome to a Spider News. We haven't done this in a few months. Let's introduce our panel. We have Sarah. What's going on, Sarah?
Hey, it's going good,
Greetings.
Brad.
I'm
How about
loving the spider shirt.
Oh, did you see the spider coffee?
Oh yeah, you did get spider coffee. That's right. Have you brewed it yet?
Yeah, it's actually quite good. Yeah.
Ah, it looks like the Spider Rex is about to have a cup or attack
Uh,
the spider coffee. Hey,
yeah.
to our viewers, we Sarah's mom had a heart attack, and we want to wish her well. She's allegedly watching, or she should be resting, but
Well, that's
she
what I
had a
told
heart
her.
she had a heart attack. We want to wish her much love and thoughts and prayers to her. And mom said, Sarah, you go do this show and have fun and get your mind off of it. And my job for the next 3 hours is to make your ass laugh. All right. I hope to cheer you up. You're going through some stuff. So much love to you and your mom. And chat is already blowing up. So
Thanks, Brad.
no problem. No problem. Is it me or does Brad have a weird echo? Do I have a weird echo? Let me look
It
at
does
my
sound
audio.
different than normal. Yeah.
It's because
I don't think you're hooked up to your microphone.
microphone is set to my webcam. So
change it. How about that? Do I sound
There
better?
you go. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Thanks, chat. Thank you, Sarah. All right. We also have Kelly. What's going on, Kelly?
Hi, nothing much. Just a Saturday night to talk about non-news.
Hey, don't start. Hey, I haven't even introduced the topic. It's JR's gig. What are you telling me? How this is non-news? What's going on?
You gave me. There's a questionable story here.
Oh, there always is. This is more entertainment than news on some
I'm
of
very
these.
I
curious.
don't.
which
I don't
one you
even.
think is
I don't even
questionable.
think. I don't even think it's. Well, technically all three could count, but one of them I don't even think is spider related. I'll put it that way.
All right. Well, that'll make them watch. All right. We also have Josh. What's going on, Josh? Welcome to the news segment, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm really excited to watch and be a part of in person bringing the funny on a Spider-Man news show. So it's going to be good. Look at him.
See, Kelly, it's the bring the funny.
Sometimes I think, my very dry sense of humor and calling you out, my Janine Garofalo skit, if you will, does work for the comedy. Just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Someone's already beat you to it, JR. This is not news. So what's going on, JR?
Well, that's just fine because as a result of Sarah's news, I would feel guilty coming off with a completely obnoxious opening statement. So I'll just say, Sarah, I wish your mother well.
Thank you, JR.
We all do.
Yeah. My father-in-law years ago had a heart attack, and they're not easy beasts to handle. So.
Yeah, my grandpa did too, and luckily, from what Sarah told me, they caught it early. So that's key to this stuff, is what I understand.
So does that mean though that we should all, like, if she's watching, we should like talk low, not let our voices get too,
we're supposed to cheer her daughter up. That's what we're supposed to do.
Oh. You have to be more obnoxious because she's watching.
Okay.
All right. We also, because you demanded it, much more than Spider-Boy, George is back. What's going on, George?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
It's not much. Josh, it's good to finally meet you face to face.
Yes, you as well.
Thank you. And
what is behind you, sir?
Oh, this is Stegron.
Oh, this is Stegron.
Our Lord and Savior Stegron.
Okay.
I just figured I might mix it up a little bit and do this. I'll probably switch off of it later. I don't know. Kelly.
Awesome.
Kelly, one thing you have to realize is that if it has Spider-Man in the news article title, to Brad, that's enough to qualify it as Spider News.
Yes.
But I think you'll understand why it's questionable.
No, I don't disagree with you. I listen. I've done this for years. JR and I both have scars from this.
If there is one mention in the Spider-Man in the article that Google News has picked up, I have scoured the internet And I have
No, you
found
haven't. Google has scoured the internet.
I have scoured the Googles.
You literally have AI doing your work for you. And then you foist it on us.
Foist.
Bring the
Nice.
funny.
Foist you. All right.
So speaking of other words that George uses, there was one show, I forget when it was, where you used defenestrate. And
Yeah.
I was I now know what that word means, and it came up yesterday in a show I was watching, and I thought of you, George.
Yeah, see, the
that
gag at
doesn't
the
sound
time
that
was
great. Wait, hold on.
What was the word again?
Defenestrate.
defenestrate. It means to throw somebody out the window.
Yeah.
Defenestrate.
And I used it. I remember when I used it. I used it on the No Way Home review episode.
Wow.
And I said,
defenestrate.
I even said, I'm about to self-defenestrate, and then I turned to my window, which was right next to me, which you can't see right now because it's filled with the glory of Stegron.
All right, chat's in the house. We got a lot watching. We got Lou is a big fan of JR.
Hey,
Yo,
Lou.
finally Spider News and JR in the house. Citros, woo, JR rocks. What?
Hey, thank you.
God,
Don't encourage him.
do your victory lap, JR. Life Science Stegron Supremacy. There we go, Adam. Yay, George, says Bob. Hello, everyone from Hello, everyone from KC, says our friend B. Rich. Adam is happy George is back. We've got Last Samurai on the block says, hey, y'all, the web whackers. Okay.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Are we web whackers?
Oh.
We got Ellie saying, hi, Josh. Wait a minute. What's your mom's name, Sarah?
The last samurai on this block.
Oh, no, that is not her actual name.
Oh, her actual name is Annie.
Annie. All right. Last Samurai, aka Annie, thank you for watching and much love to you. All right.
Annie, I hope you get better.
We had Hornacek calling this the Entertainment Tonight of News. Dun, 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 dun.
Well,
Okay.
Brad is a
Entertainment in
poor
quotes.
replacement. Brad is a poor replacement for Mary Hart.
Mary Hart. I haven't thought of Mary Hart in years.
But JR makes a fine John Tesh.
Oh, wow.
Well, of course.
All right, let's get back into the 21st century, George.
I used to watch that show all the time
Oh, I
because,
did
like,
too.
a lot of the before YouTube, that's where the movie premieres usually showed up first.
Yep. Be Rich, thank you. Best show on the tube. And that must be including broadcasting too. Thank you. Citros, hope you feel better, Annie. And Annie goes, thank you all, and a big heart. So, all right, I'll do the first one. This is how it's done. We introduced the topic, which is Spider-Verse 2 removes 16 major villains at the last minute. This is from the direct. So let's take a look at them. You guys, I want to hear your opinions. If you would like to see some people in the movie. We've got Groot, not Groot.
Oh my God.
What? Gog. I got my G's. G's up, hose down. All right. We've got
Brad Douglas.
Hey,
Was
Annie,
that
I
5
did
minutes?
it. Annie, I did it. Sarah's laughing.
Wow.
I got 9 minutes.
Who's
in.
got the
Girl's
Google
laughing.
Doc out? I got
Yeah.
that out.
I did not have Brad drops Snoop Dogg lyrics in
No.
in the podcast.
Gog dog lyric. Okay, Gog could have
You
been.
said G's up, hose down, Brad.
I know. Yeah, because I'm hip.
Do you not know where that comes from?
No cap.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. You just told me.
No cap on the baby.
G's up, hose down. I cannot believe you just dropped that.
All right. This is going to be a long show if I can't get through the first segment. Puma. We got Chameleon and Diamond Head. When was the last time Diamond Head was in? Let's go to JR. Diamond Head. When was he in?
I have absolutely no
I think
idea
he's
who
a
this
spec
is.
Spider-Man villain from the comics. But
Yeah, he sounds like a spare villain from something inferior.
I was about to say total. I guess he belongs in this movie since he's totally unmemorable. So
hey, the movie was good. We got Snake Oil Salesman Hobgoblins, what they're calling that. We got Leapfrog. We got an actual octopus, Dr. Octopus. We got Ultimate Mysterio, Knives in the Back, Rhino, Stiltman. Oh, you got Grizzly. I like Grizzly. You got Craven, Leather Jacket Craven, Cartoon Electro. That one looks like Video Man from Amazing Friends.
That's a DC.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a DCEU Craven. That's disgusting.
We got Mysterio, George. Wasn't he actually in the film?
Yeah.
He was in the film. Yeah, Mysterio was from.
He's
Spider-Ham.
but say he's part of the Spider-Ham universe.
We got TV on the head Screwball, which is probably an improvement from the actual character. I don't like Screwball. We've got Boomerang as a woman, evidently as a cave woman Boomerang, and Spider Slayer MK1. And that looks like it. Thoughts on that, gang? What do you think?
I don't have an opinion either way. I didn't see this, and probably will never see it. So, I'm glad they didn't degrade the Hobgoblin like that, though. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly, what'd you think? You're like me. You like the film a lot.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think they're good character designs. Yeah. It just kind of depends on what would fit the best for the story they want to tell.
Yeah.
So,
Sarah, what are your thoughts?
I think that it would have been funny if they would have taken like the Spot and other ridiculous villains like that and made a Sinister Six, but that would have been too much for the movie. I'm not suggesting that happened, but it would be funny.
Yeah, there was a lot going on in the background. They had to cut something, you know.
Exactly.
It gets to a point where if you're using buffoon villains, at some point, the audience is going to be like, is this hero really all that great? I mean, look at who he fights. This is kind of stupid. Yeah. So I am glad they nixed these jokey things like curvy Boomerang. Not against it. I like the aesthetic. I'm just saying, I would prefer Fred in some way.
Yeah. R.I.P. Fred. I haven't thought of him since he died. That sounds bad. Anyway, Josh, what are your thoughts? Yeah, you saw the film, I think.
Yeah, I like the ones that they had in there, the little cameos, a nod, and like they already had some like villains that were kind of on par. Like they had Typeface in there, which like
they did.
No one that's not a massive Spider-Man fan knows who Typeface is. So like they already had their cream of the crop for that.
I like they had the Atari 2600 Green Goblin.
That's right.
That was great. They had Video Man from Amazing Friends. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway. All right, let's move on to another topic. We've got Kelly for this one.
Did he look like Video Man?
Absolutely, looked just like
Video
Man.
Proper Video Man.
Proper Video Man. It was cool. There was a segment in the film where there were some spider people from the video game world. So you saw the you hate the white on the chest, but it was the PS5 for Spider-Man, Atari 2600, Green Goblin, and Video Man from Amazing Friends. So it was really cool. All right, Kelly's got this next one. Oh, Lord help us. Here we go. Kelly, tell me about this.
Oh.
Honestly, I think you picked me for this story because you wanted me to like tear the outfit apart because it is atrocious and she looks like a bathroom attendant.
Oh,
wow.
Like she would hand you a towel?
Yeah. That's what it looks like a little necktie and a button-down shirt with like a vest. It's weird. It's
for the audio listeners. We're talking about Mary Jane is getting new powers.
Yes, sorry. It is a very ugly suit, but ultimately this has kind of made me, I don't know, I'm numb. I guess This is my New 52 Catwoman issue 3 to me, which made me stop reading DC Comics altogether. This suit right here, I'm gone until it's gone. I just don't want to deal with it anymore.
Humberto Ramos designed it. She's going to appear as Jackpot in ASM 31, which is the wedding issue, right? I think.
What is that on her legs?
I don't
know. Are they slot machine lights? Or, no, it's when slot machines roll, don't they? Like you have like little squares that roll on a slot machine.
Oh yeah, I live in Vegas. I'm aware of a slot machine, but I just wasn't sure. Is that what that's supposed to be? Oh, Jackpot. Duh. Okay, I'm with it now.
I think Sarah just hit me with a slot machine. I live in Vegas. Dang it. Anyway,
well played, Sarah.
Yeah. That was a good one.
So Kelly's not a fan. Sarah is confused about the design. Are you a fan, Sarah, or?
No, oh God, no,
Yeah.
no, it's awful.
Josh, thoughts on this?
It's weird. Like it kind of looks like it's supposed to be a superhero costume, but not quite. Like it's missing superhero-ness to it. It looks like someone's trying to like come up with their own character for the first time. Yeah, not a huge fan.
George, MJ's been around 60 years. She's finally got powers and a suit. Thoughts?
I like Ramos, but this is a bad design. A bad design for a character literally no one is asking for.
They're not asking for her to have powers. I'll give you that.
Yeah, well, they're not asking for Jackpot. I mean, think about
true.
Jackpot's debut, and it got such a yawn. It went over like a fart in church. You know, and they were like, "Ooh, everybody's gonna love this," and people were like, "Oh, it's not Mary Jane. Who the hell cares?" You know.
Sony did. Sony said, "Let's make a movie."
Well, yeah, but I mean, Sony says a lot of crap. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, who is asking for it then? Who's asking for it now? No one. Dan Gavazdan on Twitter is asking for this.
Oh, jeez.
That's who. That there you go. That's the audience for this.
There's another person asking for it. Is Marvel. Because they're going to slap her on a whole bunch of variants. They're going to make her action figures out of this. They're going to put her in a video game. That's another IP, George.
None other IP. The Marvel Universe is its own IP, and then they're just, that's going to be a character in there, Brad. It's not its own IP. Mary Jane with powers is not her own franchise.
Well, why not? Punisher is.
Punisher's not his own franchise, Brad. He's part of the MCU.
Well...
He's part of an existing IP, Brad. He is.
That's right. I guess. But yes, don't you see how they have more choices? They have more variants with this character. They have more action figures opportunities. This is why they do it.
Has nothing to do with story.
I'll give you that. Absolutely.
Has jack all to do with story, and it is entirely variant driven. But I've been saying for a while now, Marvel's not in the business of selling you stories. They're in the business of selling you variants, which you guys buy. All the variants.
I feel personally attacked.
The $10 issues. This is what gets you this kind of crap.
Yeah.
All right, I saved JR's opinion for last. Let's put the image up, and JR, go ahead.
Here it goes.
I was about to say this is coming at these new characters and the ideas for new toys and variants is inversely proportional to Marvel's integrity. It's just when one goes up, the other goes down. We talked about Marvel's lack of integrity, I think, last month after Kelly's rant. But even then, you would think that they could design a more attractive costume for her. I mean, I agree. I mean, I agree with the bathroom attendant comment, but I think it's supposed to be like a casino dealer's, what they wear.
Oh,
I've never been to a casino. I don't think gambling is smart.
Well, hey, wait a minute. Didn't you ever watch Casino directed by Martin Scorsese with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci?
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Nope, I was too young.
I don't think I was born yet.
No, I mean the thing is here you have a very popular character in Mary Jane, all right, and you're going to try to do something a little bit different with her, but you have the artist who, I'm sorry, I have never warmed up to Humberto Ramos. You could have designed her a snazzy costume, something that flattered her, something that was attractive, something that brought out the red hair, and just kind of and you get this. I mean, it's just dreadful,
JR, did you like the original? Was the original Jackpot costume from Brand New
green?
Oh God, that was even worse. That was like what, bell bottom pants and
boots with the fur.
It was trying. Brad, stop! Oh my God, Brad, stop! Oh my God.
Okay.
All
right.
He's gonna get up and start dancing like.
I think everybody was looking at her, weren't they?
He's gonna get up and start dancing like Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder here in a minute.
Before this one hits the floor, next thing you know, we got another topic coming up. All right, let's.
Jordy got low.
I got you.
Oh.
You're just encouraging him, George.
I apologize to everybody in chat.
Look
Yeah.
at the time. Again, 20 minutes in. Sarah, let's see if this design is better. Sarah, you've
boy.
got this topic.
Oof.
Yeah,
Spider Boy.
yeah, I do. So, if you are not aware, Spider Boy is a character that was saved recently in the Edge of Spider-Verse, but the problem is that no one remembers him. And in his several appearances, Spider Boy has
Even the
helped save
readers.
the day alongside Spider-Man. And his first appearance in Spider-Man 7 by Dan Slott and Mark Bagley, and his adventures in Edge of Spider-Verse 3 sold out. So I bet you guys can't wait until November because he's getting his own ongoing series. Yay!
until it gets rebooted, and then eventually he gets killed off in a fallen friend issue. Oh, but he'll be back. Don't worry.
But I thought it was interesting because when Dan Slott's, I'm not blocked by Dan Slott on Twitter, which is surprising, but
now you are.
Yeah, now there it goes.
You will be now.
But he had been posting stuff about it, basically like, oh, it sold out and went back to press in record time. Thank you. There was no original plan for Spider-Boy to get a book, and the fans made this happen. And thank you. Like, those are his exact words. And I'm just like, okay, like, how did we get here? Yeah, how did we get here?
I don't want to defend Dan Slott. However, it's a very similar point to what George just made a couple minutes ago. As we bought it, the damn book that he appeared in, Slott promoted it on Twitter, all over social media. This is big. Spider-Boy's back. Blah blah blah. And what did they do? This book sold out. It went to second printing, maybe third printing. Every book that character's in after promotion has gone back to print. So why wouldn't they print it?
Also, it's like a new number one, a new first appearance. Yeah. It's going to sell regardless.
Yes.
And then it'll fall right. It'll crash.
Yeah,
right
but Slott's full of shit if he thinks anybody believes. Oh, we had no plans. That's just nonsense.
Dan Slott's got notebooks, JR. Notebooks.
Yeah, he does. He's got the adjectiveless Spider-Man.
But the idea that we didn't really anticipate making this giving him the hell you didn't. Jesus Christ! You're more disingenuous than Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy trying to explain the failure of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Dude, the attendance at Disney World now has cratered, and even I watch a lot of live Disney World streams, and it's insane how many people are not in Disney World this summer. And Bob Iger came out yesterday and said, "Blame the heat. It's too hot. It's too hot for people to come." And I
when isn't Florida hot?
Well, yeah, I was like, explain to me this weather phenomenon that makes it too hot to go to Disney World, but not Universal. That's because that's where everybody's going now. What's this weird phenomenon where Universal is not too hot to go to, Bob?
I like what Walter says. Why is this happening?
Well, I thought it was also interesting because I went through a bunch of Dan Slott's tweets just to see what he was saying about Spider-Boy.
Sarah.
And it's been, for the art, I was doing research, okay? But let's be prepared. So for example, he tweeted about DC's Spider-Boy, citing that as some sort of inspiration. He said that Spider-Man shouldn't have a sidekick, but he also teased that breaking the rules would be fun with this book. So I'm assuming Spider-Man's going to be in this book quite a bit.
You see that Marvel sent out a press release. I got it yesterday. I didn't put it up. But again, back to the variants we were talking about. They're now doing sidekick variants. Black Cat has a sidekick on a variant cover. Hulk has one. Groot. It's just all because of Spider-Boy.
This is what they're.
So they're probably going to see which one sticks.
Oh, absolutely.
They don't have to worry about writing a good story because people will just buy crap, and they prove it every month to Marvel.
Wasn't it Gwenpool who was a variant on a cover and she ended up being a character? I think.
Yes.
I think. Yeah. McNulty's in the house. Question for the panel: do you think Spider-Boy is Dan Slott's mouthpiece for the state of Spider-Man? Because if you read Spider-Man 10, that's what it felt like.
No, I mean Dan Slott's always he's always going to toe the Marvel line no matter what. He's a company man. He's gonna always see Marvel's always going to be doing right by in Dan Slott's eyes. I don't feel like that.
I haven't read what was said in Spider-Man 10 by Spider-Boy. Do you,
And yeah, I would have to know what McNulty, like the context here, but I mean at the
Kelly,
same
you've got
time,
that. Oh, go ahead, George. Sorry.
no, I'm just saying, Dan Slott himself has written terrible, god awful Spider-Man stories. So, this should feel like it's gangbusters for Dan Slott. Dan Slott would probably look at Zeb Wells and be like, "Oh my God, he understands his character so well."
Kelly's got Spider-Man 10 on satellites. Do you know what McNulty's talking about?
I do, but I don't necessarily think that it's Slott's mouthpiece, unless it's like his true feelings that even he doesn't want to say to Marvel. Because I kind of see where it's coming from. It's a certain fan point. I mean, it's just kind of Spider-Boy basically saves Peter and claims that he did it before. And so it's, I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get there. That's what I'll say, because I don't quite see where McNulty is coming from, because I think it's just a fan point of view.
Yeah. All right, next topic. We're going to go to the theater. Well, some of us are, some of us are not. George, tell me about the Craven Hunter. Craven the Hunter.
In Sony's continued pursuit of excellence with Spider-Man villain movies, in the great tradition of Morbius, we have our trailer now for Craven the Hunter, and to quote the great Bill Murray from Scrooged, "Gosh, did that suck!" Like all through the thing, I'm like, at one point, Craven even says, my something like, "My father floods the world with evil, and it's my job to stop it." And I'm like, "You're supposed to be Craven?"
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Have you read the book? Since when was Craven some sort of tortured good guy? This is stupid.
There's also, he doesn't have the voice. He doesn't have the voice of Craven. His dad does.
I'm watching this whole thing, and I'm like, Sony needed to make this 20 years ago, and Russell Crowe could have been Craven and not Craven Senior. I don't even know who these people are supposed to be, and I didn't see any. I didn't see any footage of what did Crazy Chris used to call her? Skittles, the penny hooker, the sister.
Mm-hmm.
She's not in here, but who is in here, which I actually kind of like seeing, is Calypso.
Okay.
Calypso, I noticed, is in here, and I was like, what? Good for Calypso.
What do you think of Craven getting powers from blood of a lion? It looks like.
Dude, this whole thing just looks dumb.
What,
I don't
he
know.
was bitten by a radioactive lion?
At one point, he's like in the forest. It looks like he's been beaten. A lot of this just looks like it's young Craven getting his ass kicked left and right.
Yeah.
But at one point, he's like in the forest, and he's laying down, and then there's all these, there's like 1,000 spiders descending down over him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I guess this is what you do, when you can't actually put, this villain's hero into the story.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. It just, it doesn't look, it didn't look strong, I didn't think.
I think it looks better than Morbius.
I mean, does this guy, no, stop, pause on this dude at some point. Does this dude give you a Craven feel?
About a 7 out of 10.
Really?
It gives me a Sons of Anarchy feel.
Yeah, this feels more like a biker movie than it does a Craven movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's rated R too. It's rated R.
Well, yeah, he's tearing people's throat out and shit.
Yes.
I mean, hell yeah, it looks like it's a hard R.
Yeah.
He probably meets Calypso in a strip club for all we know. I mean,
Well, there's a new swing. How about here, George? Is that a better look right there?
no.
Okay.
He looks. No, go back to that, Brett. It looks like Logan Paul doing cosplay. Kelly knows what I'm talking about. Kelly even grimaced when I said that. She knows I'm right.
I mean, I just don't think Aaron Taylor Johnson was hired to be the best Craven, just who could fit, the loincloth they're going to make him wear.
Sony needed a Craven, and they were like, you know what? This guy's as good as any.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, we're not even really concerned this is good. We just want to make a Craven movie and have people see it on some level.
Yeah, I found the still of all the spiders coming down on him in the forest. There he is.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
this is your people's fault for watching the Venom movie. If you had let if you had let that crash and burn, we wouldn't be getting all this other shit.
All this Morbius crap.
It's your fault.
Yeah, he's right.
All right, there you go, George. What about that?
No, it looks stupid. It looks stupid. I mean, yeah, I mean he's got the the vest and everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, does this guy now keep in mind, Craven, this is the guy that did, the Last Hunt, right?
Yeah.
He's a dangerous guy to Spider-Man. Do you get this? Do you get that if this dude and Spider-Man bumped into each other, the Spider-Man wouldn't beat him like a narc at a biker rally? I mean,
would
my
imagine
God.
Craven would be I would imagine Craven to be a huge person,
Yeah.
I mean, just a physically huge person who looks like he could go head to head. So who looks like he could actually go, mano a mano with a lion or I mean, that guy does not look like,
Now, if you take Russell Crowe from The Gladiator, I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see him as Craven, especially because he talks more like Craven than Craven does in this trailer.
The lack of a Russian accent really, I don't like that at all. Like that's one of the most, that's like the equivalent of the Dolph Lundgren movie not having a Punisher skull on his chest in the 80s.
Dude, don't even
it's one of the most basic things, and you missed it. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a mess. But people will see it. Because people will, they'll just see any damn thing.
I don't know. They didn't go see Morbius.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Morbin Time couldn't save save Morbius's box.
It's Michael Reed has Jason Momoa is Craven. I mean, that's kind of who I would expect. Somebody huge like that.
He would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Michael Reed also said he laughed his ass off when George said he got bit by a radioactive lion. Or no, it was JR.
Yeah, but I didn't say that.
Josh, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, like it's not who I always picture the Spider-Man villains and like kind of how I see them when they first appear for the most part. So that's not the suit. He doesn't really. I mean, he doesn't even have the accent. That's a huge thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kelly, your thoughts?
I don't really have any that haven't already been said.
Yeah. Are you going to go see it? I am. I know I'm part of the problem, George. I beat you to it.
You are. You are part of the. You wouldn't saw Venom 2.
I saw Morbius. I saw Morbius.
You are.
I am the problem.
Yeah, you are the type of whale.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. That we're previewing things of like Kelly is face palming for our audio listeners.
No.
I'm gonna go see it as well.
All right, Sarah.
I'm
Looks like the
I'm
review
with you
show
there.
consists of me and Sarah.
I mean, it depends on what I feel. I mean, and also too, it's like it is going to see a movie right now, like crossing the picket line for SAG and WGA.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
I love that. I just love watching it all burn at this point. I really do. I said this in
Joker
today. No, I just kind of do because like you have like spoiled actors now joining in with the writers. Now the writers, I get that whole thing. I do think that they are underpaid. But it's like like when you have a sports strike and you've got you've got like sports people saying,
George,
well, I need to make more money.
George, in defense of the actors, they're not all multimillionaires.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're not.
Yeah, a lot of them that are on the picket line you've never heard of, and they're possibly losing jobs to AI, is what they're and streaming.
Yeah.
I just read. Oh yeah, that's totally about to happen. That's the next phase of all this is Hollywood.
That's why they need a new contract.
Hollywood is just sitting back and they're going to be like, you know what? We'll just let the actors starve to death. We're just gonna refill.
That was a horrible quote
with AI.
I saw that quote. That was awful. Yeah.
But at the Oppenheimer premiere, which I'm excited about that movie. I just wish it wasn't 3 hours long because my bladder can't do that. But yeah, they were like premiering it, and all the actors left before the premiere because they said they were going home and getting their picket signs and everything. And I'm like, most of you people are millionaires in this thing, you know. I'm like, well,
but you also have to have the millionaires stand up for the non-millionaires.
Yeah.
Which I like.
I get it. I'm not poo-pooing the strike by any stretch of the imagination. Trust me, companies like Disney are corrupt. But you know, I'll back the writers over Disney every day. But at the same time, right now, with the actor strike and the writer strike, that means that there's no progress being made on terrible comic adaptations right now. Like, they can't screw up Marvel right now more than they already have. You know,
Sarah,
at least while the strike is going on.
Craven?
I don't think the actor's a good choice, but I don't know who I would cast. I'm not that familiar with many actors or actresses like by name, so I can't offer a suggestion there. But I'm interested to see what they do with Craven's story, whether if they mess it up or not, if it's not comic accurate or not. I'm just interested to see what happens.
Mike Murdoch says we need a jacked up, angry Burt Reynolds for Craven. I don't know about that.
Dude, Burt Reynolds could have been like Burt Reynolds, like in the early 70s. He could have been Craven. He could have been a man's Craven.
Man's Craven.
Yeah, he could have been a man's Craven.
All right. Next topic, we've got Josh. Spider-Man 2 has a trailer for the video game. Talk about that.
Yes. Okay. So there's a trailer, and then they also released a crap ton of suits. They're adding I think there's 18 new suits if you pre-order this thing, which
I'll pull them up. There you go.
I'm going to be honest. I got it. I've already pre-ordered it.
Too.
And
nice.
Some of these suits, I like the tactical suits, and it's red and white. So that's next year's Canada Day suit for me. But I'm never going to wear these in the game. I'm really going to just wear the ones that the story plays for the most part. So although there's some kind of funny, I like the red tuff that Miles has on one of his suits down there, the red Spectre suit.
Yeah.
And that one, the Stone Monkey, kind of looks like Earth 1602, the first Spider-Man that gets killed in the first Spider-Verse in the comics.
The thing is, these were all designed by they aren't from the books, is what I've read, right? These are all originals from Insomniac, right?
Yeah, so they're, it's it's a fun little thing. You can kind of make some funny cutscenes based on which one you put on, but for the most part, it's just for fun little screenshots and clips later.
That really doesn't move me at all. These suits, I'm not a fan of really any of them. Honestly.
You'll buy it anyway. You'll buy each and every one of them anyway, Brad.
I will, because George, the Spider-Man 1 game is the best Spider-Man video game of all time. I really believe
that's the one with the white ass spider on the back or on the chest.
It's the one with the original one. If you would like to wear it, you can wear your original one. It's you got a closet full of suits, George. But anyway, what else we got in here? If you want to order.
So they also have the collector's statue, and I am gonna be broke come October.
How much is that? If you order the statue, I forgot.
I think
it's 200 something.
Yeah, 250
for the collector's edition.
Ish for the collector's edition. If you just get the pre-order digital with the 18 extra suits, you get I think it's $100, and then by itself is 60 to 80. But it's a lot. And
guaranteed Tyler's getting that.
but yeah, and then they have a couple variants of this Spider-Man crossover with Moon Knight suit for a few, and same thing. It's it looks all right, but I'm never gonna play the story in it.
Yeah, I'll do the original or the white suit.
Yeah,
which I like, George.
You're part of the problem, Brad.
I know. Anyway, gamers on the show. Sarah's down. Josh is down. Kelly, are you a gamer? Do you have a PlayStation 5?
I don't have a PlayStation 5.
Okay.
So
we got 3 of us ordering. JR, are you getting it for your Atari?
Hell no. Even if I still had an Atari, I would.
You guys are missing out. It's a lot of fun. What are your thoughts, Josh, about the symbiote in it? We've got.
I'm so excited. I can't. I loved this trailer so much. It starts off. We see Craven for the first time. He's actually big. He's got the accent. he's got a ponytail, which is a little weird, but
Yeah, see, that's how Craven should look.
yeah.
Yeah. They got him right on the video game more than the movie. I will agree that 100% there.
Yep. And then they cut to 6 months later. This suit. Actually, hold on 1 sec.
What? Whoa. You
whoa,
wore your costume.
whoa.
Hold on. My man, look at that.
I am
I love
so
it.
excited for this. I love all the brutal. Like, I know there was a big thing going around that, like, wow, Spider-Man's attacks are brutal in the first game. It goes so hard in this one suit. He is just throwing it down. He does this one big smackdown. We got the web wings on the suit there.
Oh yeah, check out the web wings on Miles.
Oh,
that looks cool.
It's nice. You'll see it later on with Peter, and he has it in both suits.
There you go. Look at that move.
It's
looks
so
cool.
good. And there's one part in the trailer. I got my punching bag so I can demonstrate. But he goes like this.
Whoa!
Let me give you.
He stands up like this.
Hold on. Let me full screen you. Hold on.
And just absolutely destroys the guy. It is awesome. It is so
hold on.
cool.
I'm gonna full screen you. Okay, go.
Okay. 1 sec. I'll do it again.
If JR and I tried this, it'd kill us.
He gets down on one hand, and then he just goes with both of his legs, kicks it a million times, and kicks him into oblivion into the wall. It is awesome. I loved it so much. He grand slams them down into the ground. We got like a bunch of new powers and gadgets from I am so excited for this thing. And,
JR, what's a move that he does in the game? Like, can I see it?
Oh God! Oh my God!
You know, Josh, enjoy being able to get into that suit while you're young. Okay.
Listen, I think that's a crawl space first, Brad.
What? Yeah. Someone punching a bag and
I don't think anybody's ever done aerobic exercise on this.
No, the Spider-Man push-ups JR did once he went to the hospital.
Oh, that's right. God, that was years ago.
It was back when JR could do it. We've got this move. We were talking about. Oh, I guess I went through all the pictures.
Yeah, and we have like you can tell there's a difference in his voice because he's very much like, especially during the East River, which is not actually a river. It was a fun quote in the trailer. Fight scene there. He's very much like channeling Christopher Daniel Barnes, going like, "Get back here, Craven! Craven, you can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!" Like he's got that very like
that
angst,
symbiote evil taken over.
Yeah, and I'm currently going through the 90s show. I was like, I guess that's what you did there. Like, yeah, I'm so excited to like get that there. And even like the detail they put in there where you have him like, Miles is like, "You sure, Pete? Like he's got big eyes or he's got big teeth." And he goes, "So do I." And you can see the lenses just kind of like shift into a bit more of like Venom's lens. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to play this game. This is my favorite version of Spider-Man, and I can't wait to play it. I've already bought PS5. I'm replaying the games this summer. Sorry, George, that's my favorite one.
That's Josh, George. He's part of the problem, like me.
I'm old enough to remember back in a time when Spider-Man could just beat Venom's ass and didn't need Miles helping him.
I don't know. I kind of like the older brother, younger brother dynamic they got. I kind of agree for the most part that like I like having Miles as the legacy hero. He's like even in Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, he's in his own universe. But the older brother, younger brother kind of dynamic that they have going on here, especially if you read the prequel comic for this one, yeah. I really like that kind of like it's not too far that like in the current 616 universe, it's a little weird because he's like 30 and 17, like it's a bit too much of a gap, but not enough that's like father son. But no, I really like the brotherly kind of bond they got going.
And hopefully when this game comes out around October, I've actually sent an email to Yuri Lowenthal, the voice of Spider-Man, and he wrote back and said he would love to talk to us.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
We're going to have Spider-Man back on the show, so that'll be fun.
That's awesome.
We've got Fat Monkey Fitness says, "Great job, Josh." Walter says, "I'm impressed JR can move like that."
Dude, so am I.
Nice job, JR.
I was like, dude, they're going to wind up taking JR to the hospital later tonight.
Michael Reed says that we now have our own friendly neighborhood stuntman on the show. So thank you, Michael Reed. I mean, thank you, Josh, not Michael Reed, but
we got two of them. Next, JR is gonna like fall down the set of stairs like Terry Chase on SNL back in the day.
So if this was like the Indiana Jones movie, JR would be Harrison Ford and Josh would be his stunt double.
Or his
Yeah.
digital double. One of the
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, yes, I'm looking forward to the game. Sarah, any thoughts? I know you're going to order it.
Oh, I already
Like
ordered
me.
it. I am so excited.
too.
I don't really care for any game. I don't really care much for the downloadable content as far as like, ooh, this suit or that suit. Like, I don't really care for that, but I'm excited for the gameplay. I'm excited for the symbiote. I'm excited for Miles. It's just I don't know if it's going to be better than the first game, but at this point, I don't care. I just want to play it and try it out and see what happens. I also sent you, Brad, an image of the collector's edition so you could see the statue. If you
Oh, I had it up. I had it up on the screen.
Oh,
But yeah, that's the $200 one where Miles and Spidey are attacking Venom. Yeah.
One thing I thought was cool is it's releasing on October 20th, but you can preload it a week earlier because they're going to be adding, like, it's going to be a massive download because they're not just doing Manhattan this time. They also have Queens and Brooklyn and Coney Island as part of the map as well. Like this thing's going to be huge.
I love the whole preload thing. You know,
Oh yeah, that's kind of fun.
That way you have it ready to go, like, when they flip the switch or whatever. But it's like, go ahead and download it now. You can't play it, but it'll be there for you. It'll drive me nuts.
I think I'm looking forward to it too. Just looks like an awesome game. Again, they nailed Craven. That fight scene over the water, which Spider-Man over the water, you're like, oh, what's the web gonna attach to? So it was just so cool how the trailer had that. So I thought. So, all right, let's see. What else we have? We've got Kelly with this one. Let me pull it up. Not much info on this one, Kelly.
No, there's not. But Superior Spider-Man returns. Yay.
Because no one demanded it.
Yeah. Well, there's some fanboys out there that still really like the idea for some reason. We're just not going to think too deeply on that. But yeah, so it's supposed to return this fall. I don't think we have a date yet because I didn't see one.
No.
Yeah.
Just says this fall. Yeah.
So that could be from next month in August all the way to November. So
Creativity at Marvel is truly, really and truly dead.
Yeah. It's all IP.
It is just really and truly dead.
Dan Slott. It's the press release says Dan Slott will return to the smarter, stronger, and superior wall crawler and Superior Spider-Man.
Like, that I feel like those are all subjective. Yeah.
They are very subjective because I remember reading Superior, and Brad, remember at the time when Bailey and I came on, because Bailey had read some of it too. And I was like, this is actually the best Spider-Man he's written because I think he identifies more with Otto than he does with Peter. But that whole story fell apart like a wet paper bag. I mean, that was a dog ending.
I do like the part where Osborn recognizes that Otto isn't in the brain anymore. Peter's back. I do like that scene. JR, I imagine you did too, didn't you? It's you.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, and George is right. I mean, not only did it fall apart, but for the longest time, I didn't believe it was Norman Osborn in the suit. He didn't act like Norman Osborn. Didn't talk like Norman Osborn.
It's because it was Otto Octavius.
No. The Green
then
Goblin.
he looked like Abraham from Walking Dead.
Yeah, he had.
Yeah, he looked like Dum Dum Dugan.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, it was like he didn't, we were all saying, well, who's this Green Goblin? Because nobody believed it was really Norman Osborn because it was so poorly written.
And then when the reveal happened and it was like, oh, it's really him, everybody was like, huh, yeah, okay.
All right. Kelly's also got this next one. Taylor Swift news.
Yeah, it is. It's Taylor Swift news. And it's about a trio of Taylors. So Taylor Lautner, Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriend from like when they were teenagers, and Taylor Lautner's wife, maiden name was Taylor Dome, and she now also goes by Taylor Lautner. So Taylor Swift decided while she was on set with them that they would take this cute picture. So it's a Taylorception or Taylorverse, and it's based off of the Spider-Verse clip that is a giant pop culture meme and does not necessarily mean that Taylor Swift is a Spider-Man fan, although in her song Karma, she does mention a spider boy.
Dan Slott,
I'm so
Spider
here
Boy.
for this. So here for this.
I didn't
What's
know
the-
that. I didn't
What's
know
the
that.
lyric, Kelly? What's the lyrics? How's it go with Spider
I'm pretty
Boy?
sure it was based off like her burning Scooter Braun for stealing all of her records. So I don't think it was like a good thing. It was just it's a song called Karma.
Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that. I didn't know that.
She's currently. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I'm a Swiftie, so she's currently redoing all of her music and re-releasing it herself, which goes back to when she was giving Scooter Braun a hard time in her music.
And people will buy
That's all.
that.
Mhm.
People will buy. She's like, here's shit I've already recorded.
Well, but
It's
so this
For
it's
you to
more
buy
for her
over.
to have ownership over it. It's not
Over it,
necessarily to
yeah.
resell it or anything.
Well, Scooter
Bish-
Braun is a scumbag. He bought. I mean, I'm no Taylor Swift fan, but he bought her masters out from under her. He knew she wanted them. He knew she wanted them, and he went in there and bought them out from under her. I mean, the guy. He's a slimy producer.
Yeah.
So it's. I don't blame
And she
Taylor
dated him?
whatsoever.
And she dated him?
No.
No.
Oh.
She dated Taylor Swift dated Taylor Lautner, the Jacob from Twilight.
Yeah. See now,
Yeah.
now I didn't know that, but it makes all the sense in the world that those two would have hooked up.
Of course, especially in
does, it does.
2008,
It just-
right?
they're-
Like,
I look at them both and I'm like, you're both kind of empty people. And it just sort of
Damn.
makes sense.
Well, that's a-
Jesus.
I mean, that is a take. I don't know if I agree with it, but
Sarah, your mom's feeling better. Scooter Braun's a dick, is what she writes in chat.
She's not wrong.
Wow.
She has some feelings about that.
Is he like that? Is he as big as of a dick as like that Martin Steckel guy or whatever his name is, the one that bought like Wu-Tang Clan's unreleased record and then went to jail because he was like driving up big farmer prices? What was his name, Jr.? You know what I'm talking about, right?
That sounds close to what it is. I don't remember exactly, but
it-
that sounds. But I remember him for the pharma thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hornacek
Well, I
says it
mean,
looks
to-
like I should have signed the Taylor Swift story to JR since he appears to be a Swiftie.
Oh,
I
you
know.
know, JR's down there in that basement shaking his
Shaking my booty to
Shake
Taylor.
it off.
shaking his old man booty, and the haters.
He's
gonna
getting the
hate,
punching
hate,
bag
hate,
out,
hate.
shaking that thing, shaking that thing. Yeah. By the way, the internet loves it. Taylor Swift loves Spider-Man. Boom. Coming out with variants of Taylor and
Oh.
Spidey.
oh,
Yes, I am here
Check
for
this out.
this. I am
The
so here
internet
for this.
loves that Taylor is a Spider-Man fan. Let's take another look at
Let's
him
not.
swinging with her right there.
Oh,
Yes, let's go.
I mean, this is a better pairing than him and Elsa. So
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, there
Are
you
there
go.
really people shipping Taylor Swift with Spider-Man?
Why doesn't
No.
she
It's not
play
necessarily
Spider-Gwen?
shipping. It's not necessarily shipping. It's just because it's funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to see
Yeah.
that meme reenactment, and then now people are going wild, and I'm so here for it.
I don't know what Kelly's going to think about this.
Hmm?
What?
I feel
do you
sorry
do?
for Kelly.
What if she took on Mayday suit?
Oh.
No,
I like Taylor Swift, but not this much. Who did this?
I love how it's got her Reputation album in the background as well.
Yeah.
Kelly wants
It's a mood.
accountability. She's like over there. Who did this?
Yeah.
The internet, that's who.
No. In the Spider-Girl fandom, who did this? Like I'm
I
calling
don't
them.
know. Here,
Joe's
I
out
will.
for blood.
I just need to know. I just need to have a conversation to understand why.
Kelly's like, I
And
just
what-
need an address. That's all I
And
need.
if Taylor
I just need an
was,
address.
what is that? Spinneret? Is that who that is?
That's AI art, and that is terrifying.
Okay.
that is terrifying.
Anyway, was that the thing that you said's not news?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I have more. Hold on.
Oh, you
Wait,
haven't
more,
seen
more
not
Taylor, wait,
news
more
yet.
Taylor Swift and Spider-Man?
I do. I what if? Hold on.
Brad, this is becoming a war crime.
This is when Brad Googles. This is what happens.
Uh-oh.
What if Taylor Lautner was Spider-Man and they had
Oh,
an
no.
upside down kiss?
Oh gosh.
sunglasses? Why does that look like sunglasses?
Those look like sunglasses.
Oh, George is gone.
George, I kryptonited him out of here.
I mean, although I will say, I do think Spider-Man would ask somebody where they've been Loca. So I do feel like some Twilight lines are now Spider-Man sayings.
Soflo says, "Dear God." Walter says, "Oh God, my eyes." Anyway, I thought this is called bringing the funny. So Kelly, good job. You brought the funny. And let's see. Let's not bring the funny to this next one, Josh. Spider-Man Lotus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right.
There you go.
This one's tough. So
yeah,
what was it? Last year in like October, they released this trailer, and considering they only have like a $25,000 budget, the effects look great. It looks pretty well casted and acted. So I was like, all right, this looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then in June, some leaks of some not nice words were said about certain people and racial groups. And because of that, it kind of got put on ice that this was never going to happen. And then later on,
the Spider-Man actor and the director, right? Is that the interactions that were racist? Yeah.
Yeah, the Spider-Man actor and director, something was said. So they've since gone on like Twitter and that and apologized for it. And a lot of people that worked on the VFX for that were like, well, since this thing's never getting produced, here's what I did. You know, it was not the best time on set and all this stuff has happened, but here's what we made. And it looks awesome. Like the different like style they did there for the swinging and that, it looks really good. So I guess the director kind of went along with this kind of hype for it and went, all right, we are releasing it, and we're releasing it on August 10th.
So he uncanceled himself?
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm confused. Where was he going to release this? Because it's now going to be on YouTube free.
It wasn't.
Well, he can't charge money for it.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
Film.
It wasn't really said much. Like it was kind of left ambiguous as it was, anyways. And then this thing will happen. So now it's just going to be free on YouTube for anyone to watch. And of course, it's on August 10th. You know,
and correct me if I'm wrong. I think the John Watts came out before all this racist stuff happened and said, "Hey, this film looks pretty good."
Yep, John Watts has said that. Andrew Garfield knew about it as well and was commenting on it. And you know, there's people going like, "Oh, like you know, these guys that are like, you know, they're actually making Spider-Man movies or like even supporting it." And then this thing comes out, and it's like, come on, guys. So
just awful. Just I feel bad for everyone involved with the film because of two people that did this: the director and the actor.
So,
just awful.
Yeah, it's controversial, but like, I'm sure it'd be hard to put yourself in the shoes of the VFX artist going like, okay, well, like now it's being put out there. I can show kind of, you know, my portfolio to people when I'm applying for jobs, but at the same time, I'm attached to this now.
Exactly. It's tainted. It tainted the whole damn production.
Hey, JR, didn't something like this happen to like one of the Star Trek fan series with like Kirk or something, the guy playing Kirk or something?
Well, Vic, I think you're talking about like Vic. I don't know how to pronounce his last name because I'm bad at it. He did this Star Trek Continues where he was Kirk. But what he got in trouble for though was, and this is one of those where you can read all kinds of stuff. I have absolutely no idea what's true. You know, apparently he was making the acquaintance of too many young ladies, perhaps willingly, perhaps not willingly, and some other people and a group of women tried to cancel him. But you know, that didn't have any effect on the Star Trek series he was doing because Paramount killed them all anyway. So
Paramount limited fan films to like what 12 minutes or something. I read a while back.
Yeah, well, yeah, because of Axanar, because Axanar took took money that was being donated to them and were using it to create their own merchandise and other things.
Yeah.
Axanar looked so good too.
I think I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Paul Jenkins, the Spider-Man writer, was part of that for a time being. I think he's parted ways, but I think
there was a big deal with that.
Yeah.
And as somebody who was adjacent in that time. Lots of crazy things afoot with Axanar.
Well, it looked really cool. I mean, like
Visuals,
the bit of it they put up on YouTube looked really cool.
Yeah, Robert Meyer Burnett has quite a bit to say about Axanar.
Thanks for it felt a little wild.
Yeah. Who wrote? Are you going to be reviewing it on Saturday, August 12th? I don't know, Lon. I probably might watch it, but I don't think I'm going to dedicate a whole episode to it.
That's content right there, Brad.
I got enough content.
You're an influencer now.
I'm not punching bags with the spider suits. I'm not that cool yet. Or doing spider push-ups like I'm a 60-year-old man. All right. Are you ready for Bruce Campbell news from 2002? All right, here we go.
Yeah. So Bruce Campbell was who was he talking to? I can't remember. He was talking
on a
to
podcast.
Yeah, that's right. He was on a podcast. And according to him, on the set of Spider-Man, the first Raimi Spider-Man film, apparently Macho Man was living up to his persona in the trailer next to Bruce Campbell. They were like trailer buddies, like in an adjacent trailer. So every time Macho Man explored the space, so to speak,
with his girlfriend,
with whoever was coming
explored
in,
the space.
Bruce Campbell was like, dude was getting busy,
on the other side of the door or the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah.
Now he said he didn't know like any, he didn't like know any of the girlfriends that were coming in, and he didn't know if they were girlfriends or if they were like, maybe people that were working on the film. He didn't know. But he even said at one point, it could have been, these two girls that we see there on the left. He didn't. At this point, Macho Man was divorced. He had divorced Miss Elizabeth years earlier, and
that's why I gave you the segment. You're a big wrestling fan. So
as a wrestling fan, there was a great storyline back in the '80s between Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth and George the Animal Steele. Who there was like a Beauty and the Beast thing happening with George the Animal Steele and Miss Elizabeth, and I was there for it. I was like, oh my God, this is drama right here on the TV.
Was Miss Elizabeth the Beast?
No, Miss Elizabeth was hot.
Oh.
George, if you could you read this quote from Bruce Campbell right about here for me?
All right. Keep in mind, folks, Brad is requesting this. All right, Brad's requesting that I do this the same way he requested I go and do a review of, Spider-Man.
That's the unreleased episode. Yes.
The actor found himself unintentionally overhearing the sounds of their amorous activities, which was described as animalistic sex. There you go, folks. He said it didn't matter where I sat. There was some girlfriending happening right next door. But it's like a duplex with no installation. So, yep, he had fun working on that movie.
Okay, now George, if you will humor me, being the big wrestling fan that you are, can you recite in your best Macho Man Randy Savage voice what would be some pickup lines, or what would Randy Macho Man
is ready? Oh yeah. You asked for it, Brad.
I got it. I got
you
it.
Asked for it.
Heroing says, "Imagine the cage matches." Yes.
Listen. Knowing what I know of wrestlers from different, having read a lot and different things over the years. Okay. They listen. They live hard and they play hard. I'll leave it at that. All right.
Oh. He passed away. Do you remember, fellas, the George and JR specifically? I've done a Randy Macho Man Savage segment. And do you guys remember what it was? His family, after he passed away, they tried to make in his state a Macho Man Randy Savage Day. And they went to the state and tried to make it happen, but it never did. But
that's
rest
sad.
in peace.
No, he did have a very tragic death though.
How did he die? I don't remember that.
He died
in that trailer. No.
No. He died. He was driving and he had a heart attack.
Oh my gosh.
And he
Josh,
had,
what?
That's fucked up, Josh. That's not cool, man. Josh,
I'm sorry,
Josh,
it wasn't
why?
that. I'm just
Josh,
laughing
please.
at Brad.
Josh.
Josh is going straight to hell. All right.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, no, he had
I'm
a
just
heart
kidding.
attack while he was trying to drive, and had a heart attack and crashed into a tree.
My.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing a seatbelt at the time, and his wife at the time was with him. But they said he had an enlarged heart and suffered from coronary artery disease. So, that's something that when you're in your advanced years, you got to be aware of. Go get an EKG, kids.
Can you imagine coming into the show just mid conversation of that, like Neil did? I have no idea what's going on, but I'm in all the way, baby. Is what Neil just wrote on the chat.
Yeah, yeah.
That
got
See what my
dark
mom
there.
said?
Too soon, Josh. Too soon is what Mom says.
I was laughing. I got to add that to the
Oh.
quotes list.
Oh
Brad
my
Yeah,
said
Josh.
God.
that.
Yeah, Josh. Hey, make fun of Sarah's mom for us now.
Oh no!
I just
Yeah, make a joke out of that, Josh.
I just saw that my cousin is in the chat room.
Your cousin? Who's your
My cousin, Kyle Howerton, is my cousin, and he heard me say Bonesaw is ready,
Yeah.
and then he said Bonesaw stayed ready. Kyle, no, Kyle, please, Kyle, why?
Oh,
It's
boy.
a family affair here,
Oh, my God.
George.
No, it's my
Annie
cousin
says you're
Kyle,
dead
yeah.
to her, Josh. So I'm just kidding.
Oh, that was-
Josh, welcome to the news show where we go for the jugular. You're doing great.
I'm glad Kyle stopped by though. Hi, Kyle.
Speaking of people picking on people in cosplay, Sarah's got this next story.
I have to collect myself. You're gonna have
Okay.
Was that Spider-Man getting bitch slapped by a chick?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
awful
Listen
what
to
happened
this.
to
Listen to
Spider-Man.
this.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
Oh, this.
Was she
story,
Princess
when I read it-
Python?
No, she wasn't Princess Python. What?
Or just some
that-
random chick?
Okay, so there's this 15-year-old boy who's like, yay, I'm excited, I'm gonna make new friends, I'm gonna show off my Spider-Man costume, we're gonna meet at the park, it's gonna be a good time, we're gonna have fun. No bitch slapping is gonna happen at all. Lo and behold, these other boys start making fun of him for wearing the costume, and then this girl in the picture slaps him a couple of times and actually ends up breaking his nose. And
Yeah,
so,
look at that.
and you can see,
Yeah.
like, she messed him up, and all for nothing, like, so what, he wants to wear Spider-Man costumes, so what, he likes, he says that he collects comics and stuff like that. There's a GoFundMe set up for him.
He's got some money came in for this kid.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. That is not all right, as that lady from No Way Home would say, the admissions lady. Remember when
Yeah,
she,
well,
when Spider-Man saved her and she went over to Doc Ock and said, that is not all right.
Mhm.
Right. Just awful
But what
that
did
happened to this
happen
kid.
is the 14-year-old girl that did assault him was arrested. Now, I don't know. It
Good.
doesn't say, and I
Good.
couldn't find anything.
Well, she's a minor.
after-
That's why you couldn't find
she-
anything. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, at least some sort of justice is being,
Well,
And you know what it
Jubilee,
also
it'll
showed
be-
to the 15-year-old kid is that it's all right to dress up as Spider-Man. There
Yeah.
are a lot of people out there that love Spider-Man. You shouldn't be bullied for what you like.
Yeah.
exactly.
Seriously. So anyway,
Bullies come in all form, kids.
they do. They
Boy,
do.
I'm really depressed now. First, we have Josh making fun of people with cardiac problems, and then we have the kid getting beat up with, and then we got a Spider-Man
wasn't it.
kid getting beat up by a girl. I'm really depressed now.
Well, it's not the ending of the news segment. We're not there yet, JR. We're about to blow it up at the end.
I'll tell you, as someone who's worked in a high school, and Brad can probably back me up on this, when
Yeah.
it comes to bullies, girls are a lot of times the worst. They can be. Oh my God.
There
it's
are a
like,
lot of female fights. It's just awful. Awful.
I had to break up a fight a couple of years ago at our school that was between two girls. There was a lot of hair pulling. I don't understand that. Like, just hit each
It
other.
is-
I mean, don't hit each other. But if you're gonna fight, like, hit each other. Stop pulling each other's hair. I don't understand that.
Horace
doctor.
says
Fight
Josh is
Dr.
regretting
Sarah.
coming on the show. Josh is not. We're giving Josh is getting we're giving him we're bullying on Josh. This is what we're not supposed to be doing. What we just said.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no
whoa.
hazing. No hazing.
Josh had it coming. Josh was like laughing over somebody dying.
No, I was laughing at Brad when he said he died in the trailer with the shaking of the.
Okay,
That's
then
what
it's
I was
fine if you
laughing
laugh when I
at.
say.
You what? Now that's even worse. You laughed at one of Brad's jokes.
You can't
Yeah,
win,
okay.
Josh. You can't win.
No, I
Sorry,
can't
Josh.
wait.
No.
You're still,
No.
you're still getting canceled. You laughed at a
Josh
Brad
taking
joke.
his lump, says Michael Reed.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What do we got? George, you've got this next one. Let me pull this up. You've got Spider-Man attacks statue. There you go.
All right, so this one, this is kind of effed up.
Yeah,
Brad-
it is.
Brad
it
gave
is.
me this story. So
It is.
this isn't like, Spider-Man puts on a mask and robs a bank or something. So over in England, they have a controversial, problematic, that's what the kids say today, problematic statue of what is this? Prospero, Ariel and Prospero.
Yep.
That's the statue. And this guy named Eric Gill was the sculptor. He died back in 1940. But this thing has like sat out in front of the I guess of the BBC ever since this dude made it, and which was confusing to me at first because the BBC is not in the same building as it used to be back in the day. So I don't know about that, but someone put on a Spider-Man mask and went to it. Now, the reason this dude is problematic, and this is, I have to find an artful way to say this.
It's not. It's delicate.
So this dude, Eric Gill, the sculptor, after he died, they found his diaries and where he recorded sexually abusing his daughters.
So that's a statue of the father and the daughter right there.
No, that's a statue of Prospero and Ariel.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That the sculptor.
But the
made.
sculptor, the one who made the statue, yes.
Yeah. And
Reference.
and now when I did like further reading on this, I was like, oh my God, what?
I know.
And so
crazy.
I started reading more about this, and it got worse.
Yeah.
And like the way that like the family dealt with it, also, it was weird. And I was like, yeah, I'm not comfortable reading this anymore. I'm done. But yeah, somebody apparently the public hates it, and they're like, yeah, we need to tear this apart. And then there's other artists who are like, why can't we separate the art from the person? And I kind of get that argument too, like I'm somebody who, like here in the US, we had a big thing a couple of years ago where we started tearing down Civil War statues or moving them or something because they were problematic. And I was, at the time I was against that, and I still am, because as a history major, I'm like, this happened. We should be able to acknowledge that, terrible stuff happened in our history. If we just want to erase every record of it, that doesn't mean it didn't happen, And so it's, I kind of get, that the argument of wanting it removed, especially with this dude, but if that's the case, let the government handle that. Don't just take a hammer to it. Because that's illegal. You're going to get arrested for, vandalism at that point. But yeah, there's been a lot of calls for this statue to be removed. They've got a petition of more than 3,000 people have signed a petition demanding it be removed, and so forth. And I'm like, let the government over there handle that, because if it's in front of the BBC, that means that the government commissioned it, back in 1940. And
so you're saying lawfully go about removing the statue instead of vandalizing the statue.
Yeah, lawfully do it. Yeah.
All right. Our last news topic is reserved for my friend. And for this one,
for your
I'm
friend.
sorry. I'm sorry. It's for JR. JR, I would like you to read that before you start anything. Can you please read the headline on this article I have on the screen right now.
Burglary suspect stacks, bathes, defecates in Asheville business.
All right, let's find the Spider-Man connection.
All right.
You're an awful person, Brad.
All right.
I like that.
Welcome
feels-
to another edition of the Brad Douglas News Service. Now, we know that the typical discriminating news consumer and Spider-Man fan is looking for timely, accurate, solid reporting with integrity and a passionate desire to bring the news objectively without bias or trivial, sensationalistic, brain-rotting nonsense that serves no good public purpose. But as all viewers of this channel know, that's not what you get from the Brad Douglas News Service. Instead, you get lame, dated, totally inconsequential factoids of interest only to someone with a third grade reading level, whose memory recall is even worse than Dory's in Finding Nemo, and where Spider-Man is involved in only the most peripheral way. So,
Get to it.
all right. Breaking news from November 2022.
Hot off the presses.
In Asheville, North Carolina, a burglary suspect is on the run after alleging spending several hours inside an Asheville business, eating, bathing, and making off with some merchandise. Now, as a service to our hearing impaired viewers, I will on occasion use visual aids to better illustrate the story.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord, hold on to your butts.
Right.
Unlike this guy.
Cameras at Leonard's Auto Mart on Smoky Park Highway caught the suspect crawling through the business on October 30th. Manager Lynn Crook, and yes, that is his last name, Lynn Crook, a man with the last name of Crook, is criticizing somebody else for being a burglar. But here it is, boys and girls. Manager Lynn Crook said the suspect scaled the family business like Spider-Man.
Boom! That's good enough for me.
God almighty, Brad.
All right.
He came up the back of the building, Crook said. He got on the tires, jumped up the top of the carport, climbed on the porch, and broke in our door. According to Crook, the suspect used a screwdriver to chisel away at the door. Okay, this is a reenactment. Okay,
JR, don't overdo it, man.
Right.
Don't stab yourself. All
You're
right.
not young.
The
we need
door-
a stunt double?
The door and the frame had to be
Oh
replaced.
yeah. Do you want to use your stunt double, JR?
Oh.
Yeah, but I can't give him the screwdriver.
Hand him the
though.
screwdriver.
Oh, I can go get one.
He messed it all up, Crook said. That was really the only damage we had of any significance. Once inside, cameras captured the suspect crawling on the floor. I guess they could have mentioned like Spider-Man as well, but they didn't. He went
There's a
desk
picture
to
of him.
desk.
There he goes. He's crawling right there.
He went desk to desk searching the drawers. He was just looking for whatever he could find, Crook said. Then the burglar made his way to a back office where the safe is stored. All right, this is where he displays his super strength. He's able to drag it through the store, into the office, out of this office, around the corner, and into another office, Crook said.
That's 700 pounds safe, right? He's moving
Surveillance
it.
photos again showed the suspect maneuvering the 700-pound safe as though it were a prop.
Is that a picture of Spidey in the background? Look over his right shoulder. Or his.
No, that's a fire hydrant.
Oh, okay. Look, it was
You're
red
seeing
and it
things.
looked like it had two big eyes. I'm trying to find a better connection than you had.
Well, he had no help. He had no dolly, no anything, but he got this 700-pound safe, Crook said.
Jesus.
I'm just glad no one was here to get hurt because he would have hurt somebody or tried to. If he can move a safe that size, he can hurt somebody. A padlocked garage door prevented him from going any further. That's when the footage showed he took a break before heading to the kitchenette. He spent quite a bit of time in there, Crook said. He took a few chips. Okay.
Oh, hold on. You what? You got
He took
chips, all right.
He took a few chips. All right. Cookies. All right. Sodas, etc., and made himself at home, even to the point of going to the sink and taking a bath. So basically what he did, is he went to the sink and he took a bath. So, all right.
Please don't remove any clothing.
All right. The suspect is then seen using a blanket to cover up. All right. All right. He also takes several T-shirts and hoodies with business logos printed on them.
Hoodies.
All right. He didn't hurt anybody or anything. He didn't steal anything of value. So to see him for 4 hours is kind of comical. The crook ended up making off with sunglasses, merchandise, and a full stomach. But Crook said he did leave something else behind. Key evidence. DNA.
Oh.
And here is the setup. All right.
Oh, God.
We have 3 bathrooms. 3. 1 downstairs. 1 upstairs. And there's 1 around the building outside. 3 bathrooms, and he wasn't interested. Crook said the suspect urinated and defecated.
Oh, no, JR. Why?
Jeez.
JR, please.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Did JR hold up another prop? I missed it. I was
Yes.
pictures of what he did.
I'll just reread this again. Crook said the suspect urinated and defecated.
Oh, my God. What is that? What
50
in the...
50
Multiple
bucks
baby
says,
Ruths.
50
better
bucks
be a
says
baby
the fed
Ruth.
your kid eats it.
We did have to change some flooring out, Crook said.
That was a
Whoa.
bad poop.
Well, yeah, you got somebody dropping a deuce in there. Yeah, you got to replace floor
If
tiles.
you got to call the flooring man after this.
And the
According to
flooring
the
guy
Asheville-
shows up with legitimate questions like, who the hell did this? I need
Spider-Man, that's who.
This is how we're choosing to end Spider News today.
Yeah, no shit's given.
Now, first of all, before you decide to criticize my use of visual aids for the hearing impaired, I wasn't the one who came up with this story. I wasn't the one who called this story news.
That's right.
Actually, me and ABC 13 called it news.
So, if you know anything, call the Asheville Police at 828-252-1110. You can also send an anonymous tip by texting tip to APD.
On
So-
this crime that happened, 9 months ago?
Once again, the Brad Douglas News Service is signing off.
What's the statute of limitations on poop and tinkle?
1
What
month
state is it in?
on Tinkle. It's a number
Wait.
2 on 2 months. All right. What, Sarah?
I was just asking what state it was in.
North Carolina.
What state is this in?
Oh,
Georgia.
Oh.
no, North Carolina. Asheville,
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Oh, it says
Asheville,
Georgia
North
here.
Carolina, yeah.
Spalding, GA.
Oh, Paulding,
Uh-huh.
Paulding, Georgia.
Spalding County.
Spalding. Oh,
No, this is
This
an
is an
egging prank.
egging prank.
Oh,
It
that's
moved-
the wrong
Yeah.
story. That's
Egging ends up with
It's
one
the one-
dead.
Welcome to the Brad
One
Douglas
below
News
it,
Service,
sorry.
Wait, I
So
want
where
to hear
are
North
we
about that.
Carolina.
but where
My
we
bad.
not only highlight inconsequential news, we highlight the wrong news.
It's like right here. Like, what are these kids doing here with this guy? What's
How
happening?
does somebody get egged to death?
Are you moving on to another story? Wait a minute. Egg to death?
yeah. That's. I don't think.
We're more
How do you get egg to death?
Look at these weirdos.
Oh, that's no yoke. Come on.
God damn. Oh my God.
Now I'm doing Josh and making fun of people. That...
You're gonna kill Josh. He's the healthiest among us, and you're about to put him in the grave, Brad. Look, he's red faced, Brad. Are you happy?
Oh my gosh.
I just
Part
wanna
of
thank
sex
you
says
for
Sarah's
letting me
mom
be
is going to
part
have
of
a
this.
talk with her after this episode. This is what you're spending time on?
Josh, I want you to take several deep breaths. All right.
Let's see. Neil says, JR, I had hope, and then you came and blanked all over my opinion of you. Yeah. Sarah's mom says, I leave the phone off for 10 minutes. I come back to Scat Fest.
Welcome to Scat Space.
Scat Space.
Spider-Man Scat Space.
Just talking. Just
What
talking
is
some
going
shit.
on?
Hey, remember that time Spider-Man helped the Beyonder poop?
Hornacek says that's not a can of Mountain Dew. I would never have known those things if JR hadn't have visually shown them to me, says Michael Reed.
Yeah, Brad didn't
It's
even
all part
read
of the
the
service.
article. Brad just reads the headline and throws it at people.
Oh, you betcha. You betcha. Walter goes, hey, I'm eating here.
Sorry, Walter.
All right. Let's see. Brad had excellent jokes. Thank you, Adam. Adam, thank you.
Oh,
Yes,
please
thank-
do not
Josh,
do that. Do
That
not encourage
Ellie,
him.
thank you. That one cracked me up too.
Get it because it's an egg.
It's
Crack.
an egg joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. The yolk's on you.
Uh,
All right.
Brad, you did this.
On the Spider-Man crap news segment, we're going to end there. We're going to go around the horn. George, final thoughts.
God almighty. Just
All
drag
right,
that back
JR.
and forth already.
Well, this episode was a piece of crap.
Josh, final thoughts. How was your
I'm-
first news episode, Josh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with JR. It was craptastic. It was great.
Oh, he's fitting in quite well. Kelly, final thoughts.
Poor Kelly.
I too want to know how an egging turns into murder.
All right, I'll
Yeah,
click
can
on
you-
the
yeah,
link.
can you
Hold
click on
on.
that?
All right, let me
Yeah,
read it.
I feel like you're burying the lead here.
An egging prank gone wrong left one man dead and 3 teens charged with his murder. A Spalding County Sheriff's Office in Georgia said in a news release units were initially called to the scene Monday for a man down. They found one shooting victim who was pronounced dead at the scene who had no idea but was later identified as Johnny Gilbert. That's the guy from Jeopardy, the announcer. After talking to witnesses, deputies started searching for the suspects, eventually tracking down the car and the gun they say were used in the crime. Where's the egg? The suspects reportedly decided to vandalize Gilbert's house by egging it. When he saw what they were doing, police say the victim came out of his home to confront them, unarmed. The teens ran back to the car and approached him. Oh, and then that's when they pulled the gun.
Oh.
So literally, the story was actually gun kills man.
Yeah.
Gun kills man, but
Yeah,
eggs
not
kill man.
eggs. Not eggs. Yes.
But that's not
Egging-
the story.
Egging gone wrong.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
use the same technique that Brad does when it's like Spider-Man pooping, and it's really not Spider-Man. in
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Kinda.
This is why I don't
Well-
trust the media.
Josh was on one episode. All right, no, I'm just kidding. All right, Kelly, did we get your final thoughts?
That was my final thought.
Okay, how did the
but
egg?
I guess basically, egging does not involve firearms. Don't do
It
it.
doesn't. It does not. Final thoughts, Sarah.
No. No.
You got eggs, says Neil.
Sarah's questioning every life decision that's led her to coming to this moment.
Hey, if you enjoyed this
Oh, God.
episode, we're going to be back in just a couple minutes for reviews of Amazing Spider-Man, and also we're going to do our Spider Satellites. We're going to have some new crew come in, new crew come out. We are going to say goodbye to George. George, it's a pleasure. I've missed having you on.
Yeah, I miss you guys too. I don't miss having to read, shitty Spider-Man stories, but
That was
I-
JR's job about 10 minutes ago.
I definitely miss you guys though.
Yep. JR will be back, Sarah will be back, Kelly and Josh will be back, and Kelly will be back on our Spider Satellites. Kelly's going to take an hour off, and
You're
we'll
all
be back.
screwed.
We're all screwed. On that note, that's how we end it with JR saying we're all screwed.